On this channel, I have talked about Patriarch Kirill a lot. Most importantly, I have emphasized that the Patriarch is not the Church, because the Church is much more than just her leadership. However, that does not mean that the Patriarch is not important. He is very significant, both symbolically and practically. He has a huge amount of power, influence, charisma, and ecclesiastic leadership. So, who is Patriarch Kirill? What is his background and how did he become the most important and notable figure in the Russian Orthodox Church? Born Vladimir Gundyaev in 1946, he grew up in a family of priests. His grandfather, priest Vasily Gundyaev, served 18 years in the Gulag before his ordination. The father of the future patriarch, Archpriest Mikhail Gundyaev, was also prosecuted and served about 3 years in the 1930s, after which he worked as a mechanic, including the time of the war. After the war, he was ordained as a priest. Putin once claimed that it seems very likely that he was baptized as a child by Father Mikhail Gundyaev, although many people are skeptical about this touching coincidence. Vladimir grew up with an older brother, who would also become an archpriest, and a younger sister. After the 8th grade, he worked part-time to help to support the family. In 1965, he entered the Leningrad Spiritual Seminary and met his future mentor, Bishop Nikodim Rotov. See a video about this important Soviet bishop on my channel. There are many rumors and few documents about the nature of their relationship, but it is known that the career of young Vladimir and since 1969 monk Kirill skyrocketed. Within 2 years after taking monastic vows, Kirill graduated from the academy with distinction and achieved a higher rank of a monastic priesthood, archimandrite. Since 1970, he was a personal assistant of then Metropolitan of Leningrad Nikodim, and at the age of just 28, in 1974, he became a rector of the academy, from which he graduated just 4 years prior. 2 years after that, he was ordained a bishop of Vyborg by his mentor Nikodim and several other most important church bishops. After Nikodim, Kirill was probably the most important church diplomat. He held several important positions in European eparchies. After the death of Nikodim in 1978, Kirill became the deputy head of the Department of External Relations. Without such important protection as Nikodim, his career did not develop as fast as before. He was appointed an archbishop of Smolensk, later a metropolitan, and he was the head of that eparchy until his election as a patriarch in 2009. However, he still was the most influential church diplomat with strong connections abroad. In 1989, he was appointed as a head of the Department of Foreign Relations. He played an important role in the election of the Patriarch Alexei II and was one of the most charismatic church leaders throughout the 1990s and 2000s. Kirill's ambitions to become the next patriarch were evident long before the death of Alexei II. He was the organizer of the Church Council of the year 2000, when the social conception of the Russian Orthodox Church, the main document that regulated relationships of the Church and Russian society, was adopted. When Patriarch Alexei II died in 2008, Kirill was elected as a placeholder. He served the memorial liturgy for the deceased patriarch and soon after, in early 2009, was himself elected a patriarch. Kirill's past is subject to many controversies and myths. The most notable issues are his suspiciously rapid church career under the protection of Metropolitan Nikodim and accusations of corruption. He earned his nickname the Tobacco Man, Tabachnik, for his role in the alleged import of 18 billion cigarettes without proper tax duties disguised as humanitarian aid in 1996. The accusations of corruption accompanied Kirill throughout his patriarch years. Most notably, he has been heavily criticized for using state security services despite the secular nature of the Russian state, being photographed of wearing a luxurious watch and sunbathing on a super expensive yacht. Another quite common accusation for a significant Soviet bishop is cooperation with the KGB. Rumors say Kirill's code name was Agent Mikhailov. Anyway, since the restoration of the Patriarchy in 1917, neither limited by the interference of the totalitarian Soviet state nor the chaos of the 1990s, Kirill has been the strongest and the most autocratic leader of the Russian Orthodox Church. Acknowledged by both his proponents and critics, his charisma and authority are seen as a blessing and a curse. Although he acts more like a politician than a pastor, the church under Kirill has become a significant power to be reckoned with. Please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I see you all next time.